Roosevelt. There's no one can stop me. Lex is a conqueror. No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander. I'm the best ever. There's never been anybody like me. I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Catteral. There's no one like me.
Thiught Lopez, 11-0, 9 KOs. The best to do it right now in the game is to take over. Shout out to BNboxingNews.
Hey, Lewis Jr., I've been Westway Champion of the World. Everybody go follow BNboxingNews.
Greetings, boxing fans. This is Nick with BNboxingNews coming at you with another one. Real talk, baby. Whoo! Josh Taylor versus Jack. Man. Catterall. Dang. Catterall did his fucking thing. Jack Catterall. I mean, this is supposed to be Josh Taylor's homecoming, all right, in his homeland. And they call this one Scotland versus England. Who won the fight when we talk about Scotland versus England? I think England won this one. I mean, let me say this here. It was too much for Josh Taylor to take in. You could just tell by the way he was fighting, he was not prepared for this Catterall character. He was not prepared for Jack Catterall at all. That left hand came all night, and, I mean, he was tagging his ass. And my problem with Josh Taylor is he couldn't even adjust to that shit. He could not adjust to the left. And therefore, he got taken care of. He got taken advantage of and got just, I think he lost, man, 8 rounds to 4. You know, the early rounds, I gave Catterall round 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. Definitely round 8 because it was a 8-10 round. He got down when he dropped Josh Taylor in that round, and that's pretty much it. I gave all the rest of the rounds to Josh Taylor. I think the 11 rounds might have been a 9-9 because of the point taken away from Josh Taylor for the little stomach bump. I mean, this shit here was just, I mean, it's the second time they've robbed someone in Scotland. I think Regis Prograis was robbed too when he fought Josh over there. And they did it again, this time to Catterall. You know what I'm saying? It was a hell of a fight. Josh Taylor wasn't prepared. I mean, his ring IQ went straight out the fucking window. Jack Catterall, I mean, he was coming, man. I mean, he was just doing that left all night, and he was always on the defense because, you know, Josh Taylor kept on pressing the action, kept on coming on in, pressing the action. But at the same time, you know, he always had a counter waiting for his ass. What's going on, James E? Salute to you too, my brother. Salute to you too in the building. Do you think this particular fight was a robbery? What do you think about the Josh Taylor versus the Jack Catterall fight? Talk to me. What you think about it? I mean, it was a super lightweight championship bout for all of the belts, for undisputed, man. I think right now the wrong man got the belt. I'm going to be straight up with you. You know, I think the wrong man got the belt. That belt belonged to Jack Catterall, straight up. I mean, although Taylor kept on pushing forward, a lot of the punches that he was throwing, he was missing. I'm telling you, watch this fight again. He was missing a lot of those shots that he was throwing. And so he was just, like I said, he was coming forward. He was throwing his hands, but he was missing. Whereas Catterall was countering and Catterall was catching him with that fucking left all night. Josh Taylor didn't expect this man to go low on him and to retreat and to handle him in the manner that he handled him. But hey, shit happens. Jay-Z said Taylor wouldn't get his head off the line for the love, no money. No, that's real talk. That's what we saying. No freaking adjustments. He just kept just sitting there eating these damn punches all night, the same left all night. You know, that shit was crazy. And if you look at the judges, man, this is why I say the whole freaking robbery. One judge had it 113, 112, right? Catterall, cool. The other judge had this fight 114, 111 Taylor. Bullshit. Now, the other one where it's like 113, 112 Taylor, I go with that one. But the 114, 111 Taylor, nah, that's a fucking robbery right there, bro. Ain't no way. Ain't no way, bro. I think Catterall won this fight. I don't think Josh Taylor won this fight. And Josh Taylor, you got another one, man, at home that was given to you. I wouldn't fight your ass at home, dude, because everybody can see exactly what's happening when you fight him at home. You see what the hell happened. You know, you're not gonna win versus Josh Taylor in freaking Scotland. Bottom line, you don't know, now you know. I mean, the first half of the fight, Josh Taylor was being out jabbed by fucking Catterall. You know, I mean, Catterall was outworking him. So how the hell you gonna say that Josh Taylor got any of those damn punches? You had it 7-5 Catterall. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. 7-5 Catterall seems like what I have. You know what I'm saying? That's just, man, I mean, it's kind of upsetting, bro. It's kind of upsetting. I mean, look, these homecomings, man, they talk about it all the time. All the emotions, all the pressure that's put on these fighters when they fight at home in a big-ass fight. That shit, we seen it happen over and over and over where these fighters don't show up during these homecomings. I mean, I would not allow my fighter to do this shit. No, no, no. Homecomings is not for these type of magnitudes of fights, bro, because you see how the shit go. Josh Taylor did not show up. Josh Taylor with the rank IQ that we seen boxing his ass off, the one we seen beat the shit out of Ramirez, he did not show up tonight. I don't know who this dude was tonight, but you know, he didn't show up, bro. I mean, he did not show up. I mean, fucking Catterall Catterall handled his damn business, bro. I don't care what anybody say. Catterall handled his business. Catterall showed us that he belonged there in 140. 140. Y'all have a man that's 26-1. That one is a question mark because we think he was robbed. He's here. And he ain't fucking playing with y'all. He was just robbed, and now he's out here to show y'all what's popping with your Jose. Did you see that fight? Woo! Did you see that fight? This boy Jack Catteral a beast, man. I had to come on here and talk about it, bro, because I know I said I was gonna come on in 8, but I had to come on here and talk about this particular fight, bro. It was a hell of a fight. James G said, hell yeah, terrible performance on Josh Taylor's part. Yeah, it was shitty, bro. He didn't do what he was supposed to do. He didn't do what he was supposed to do, and therefore, he didn't look too hot. He did not look good at all, bro. He looked horrible. You know, he looked horrible. I mean, he was hitting this man behind his head with all type of freaking short rabbit punches. I mean, he was just doing some shit that I just didn't think that should have been in his repertoire. You know, he was, I don't know, man. He's like a dirty fighter today. He doesn't look like himself. Josh Taylor did not look like himself. And my whole question to everybody, do you guys think this was a robbery? What do you think about this particular fight? Let me tell you how I scored it, because I actually scored it live, bro, while it was going on. I gave Catterall rounds 1, 2, hold on. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 8, which is 8. And 11. So 7-5, bro. Because remember, even though I felt like Josh Taylor was doing good in rounds, I think it was round 10, I gave it to Catterall because of the 1 point deducted by the referee. So 7-5 Catterall all day. James said, wait, that's so 7-5 all day, Jose. James, he said, how do you think Taylor would do moving to 147? After that performance, I wouldn't suggest it. Even though he said this is his last fight at 140, I wouldn't suggest it, bro. Anybody who give a damn about him, his coaches, his promotion team, if they give a damn about him, they wouldn't allow that because he's not ready. He's not ready at all. He's not even ready for Tank Tank. He's not ready, bro. You know, sometimes these fighters, bro. You know, I mean, his last fight was what, May of last year, so he hadn't fought in a while. So I don't know if that had an effect on him, but he just didn't. He didn't look good at all, bro. I mean, my thing about him is even though he was stepping to Catterall, he was missing a hell of a lot of punches, man. You know, he was missing a hell of a lot of shots. So I don't know if he was getting credit for missing shots because he was the one that was pushing forward, but I don't think that he should have gotten some of those rounds that the judges gave him, bro. You know, that's serious. You know, I don't think he should have gotten some of those rounds, bro. But it was all together. I mean, it was a hell of a fight. I think it was a dog fight. Um, Giving Catterall the dog bone. Catterall definitely got the dog bone on this particular fight because I mean he handled his business. So I'm gonna get a bone to him. You know what I'm saying? And that's how we do it here on BNboxingNews. I mean, the person who we think won, the person we think was a dog in the fight, we give him that dog bone. So there you have it. There you fucking have it, man. I mean, it was a great outing. Um, I just wish that boxing. I tell you what, man, they take a lot away from the sport when they don't get it right. When they don't get it right and they get it wrong, man, the W, they just take a lot away from the sport, bro. They take a lot away from the shit, bro, and it bothers me. Like ever since I watched the fight, bro, I just been bothered. I've been upset for no freaking reason. Well, for that reason. So if I'm feeling like this, you can imagine how Jack Catteral feel right now. No excuse. James E said, no excuse, man. He an undisputed champ. He gotta, he gotta come with it every time. Yeah, because think about it. Everybody got him as number one of the best fighters in the world, but he's undisputed. That's what that should be. That's what undisputed means. Is that there's no dispute that anyone else in that division can beat you. There's no dispute. Ain't no, you know how we often talk shit like, what would have happened if Ali would have fought Tyson or some bullshit like that? Listen, when you get that undisputed belt, there is no freaking dispute. That means you that dog at 140. You number one, period, at 140. And that's just what it is. No, Josh Taylor already, first of all, there was no rematch clause. All right. So either way it go, if Josh Taylor would have lost, he wouldn't have been able to avenge that loss. And they already asked Josh Taylor, would you want to fight? Josh Taylor said, I beat him fair and square. There's no reason to fight him. Josh Taylor know better. He know better. He don't want that ass tapped again. Pause. should be 5 pound for pound. What you mean by that? Jay-Z said, facts. I watched a man with a one hand Gary Russell get robbed. Tell me about it, and put on a clinic on Max Sayo. Hey, bro. Everybody saw that shit, bro. They robbed. That's the problem I got with boxing, bro. They keep robbing. Plus, he didn't fight too much. He didn't fight a month. He fought once a year, sometimes once every 14 months, 13 months. And they want to create their own little Pacquiao. So, I mean, the belt's gone now. So, the least they could do is let Gary heal up and let Gary go back and fight Max Sayo again. But you know that ain't gonna happen, bro. That shit ain't gonna happen. That shit ain't gonna happen. Jay-Z said he quickly turned that down. A rematch when Taylor was asked. Oh yeah, he said it already. He don't want to fight that man, bro. He thought he lost the fight, bro. Everybody thought he lost the fight. The fans pretty much thought he lost the fight. That was a done deal. They gave him another one, like I told you. They gave him another one. That's how he got Regis. They gave him that one, and now they gave him this one. This is the second time in Scotland they have given him a trophy. You know, it is, but I just want to note it that this is the second time Scotland's done this for Josh Taylor. In my eyesight, Catterall is the undisputed. All right, super lightweight champion. It's Catterall. That's it. The super lightweight champion, undisputed, is fucking Catterall. He beat Josh Taylor tonight. But records on, it don't matter what I think. Records are not going to show that. Records are not going to show that. So, you know, some foul shit they just did tonight. Yeah, some foul shit that they did tonight. This shit gotta stop. This shit gotta stop, man. In the sport we love, bro. Hey, bro, I agree with you, man. I agree. It has to stop. I mean, like I said, I watched this fight, and I hadn't been right since I watched it. I've been like a little down in the press. Like, they cheated that man. They robbed that man, bro. It just don't seem like boxing is an honest sport. You know, boxing is not an honest sport. It's some bullshit. They allow shit like it to happen. It's not cool. You know, I will say it here loud and proud. Josh Taylor was beaten by Jack Catterall. It was a straight up robbery. That 11-14 bullshit. You know, if you want to say the man edged it, I say, all right, cool, he edged it. But at least, no, fuck the edge. At least get them dudes a draw. Scotland, y'all should at least get that man a draw. And then they had to run it back again. But instead, y'all cheated that man at 111-114. Josh Taylor didn't win them in the round. That's bullshit. You didn't win them in the round. But James, look, I'm going to get back on here, man, about 8 o'clock. I'm running home right quick. Man, come join us, man, about 8 o'clock, man. Let's talk this boxing shit. Talk about the rest of these fights, man. We'll continue this conversation. I appreciate you coming on here, man. I appreciate your support. And, man, like I said, always, man, always, I appreciate you guys for tuning in whenever I'm on here. Yeah, dude, at least a draw. So I'll be back on about 8 o'clock, man. Come join me. Right now, like I said, I'm on my way home. And I'm going to dial in, man. If y'all want to come on, and chat whenever I get on later on, man, let me know, and I'll send y'all the link. But I'll be on about 8 o'clock. Yeah, bro. About 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. I'll be on, man. Tune in for me, and I appreciate that. All right, I appreciate you, James. And for everybody that tuned in today, thank y'all and salute, definitely. You know what I'm saying? That's how we trying to do it. And until later on at 8 o'clock, peace. Real talk. Real talk. Peace, and we out of here.